There are a lot of people recently who have been saying that Minecraft has gotten way too easy, since you can only play the game for like a couple hours and still get one of the most OP things in the entire game, being the Elytra. And in a lot of ways, I would agree with that. In fact, I've even made a video before addressing that, saying that that it's overall a good thing that Minecraft's getting easier, since it allows for like more creativity to build like more advanced farms and stuff like that. However, I don't actually think the game is really getting that much easier, because think about this for a sec. If you've been playing Minecraft since like before the game even came out, which most of the people complaining about this have been, then you're gonna be pretty good at the game. Like if you've been doing really anything, if you've been doing like really anything for like many years, you're gonna be pretty good at it. Like if you've been hunting for like 10 years, you're gonna be pretty good at hunting animals. If you've been, let me say, I don't know, putting up paintings for many years, you're going to be pretty good at. Like if you've been doing anything for a long time, you're going to be very good at doing it. And the fact that these people are still saying that it takes multiple hours for them to get to the end, defeat the Ender Dragon, and get an Elytra, even though they've been playing the game for over 15 years, doesn't really express that the game's easy. If anything, that means the game's pretty hard. Like, if you've been playing a game since, like, for, like, longer than most of you guys watching have even been alive, then you're going to be very good at the game. And if it's still taking you hours to get the best thing in a game, that's not a bad thing. That's a pretty good thing. Like, I know players, including me, who have been playing Minecraft for like many years at this point, like 2, 3 years, and we still, like, I have not beaten the Ender Dragon in survival yet. I have not beaten the Ender Dragon or gotten Elytra. I haven't even been to the end in survival Minecraft before. And I've been playing the game for 2 years. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't some things in Minecraft that could definitely be improved. Like the mending bug, for instance. Right now, the way you get it is basically you trap a villager, and then you place a lectern, and then you break it, and then you place it again, and you break it, and you place it about 1,000 times until a villager will finally give you mend it. And honestly, it's just a way too grueling and tedious task, especially for something that's as good as mending. It's just kind of just easy and also quite grueling and annoying. Like, one thing I like about the Elytra and totems, even totems of undying, although they could definitely be improved a little bit, is that instead of doing a grueling task like placing and breaking a lectern 1,000 times, to get Tome of Undying, you have to either do a raid, which is quite hard, or you have to go to a mansion, fight Focus there. You have to fight a boss to get the item. Same with the Ender Dragon. You have to explore your world. You have to explore another. You have to get all the materials to even go to the end. Then you have to beat the Ender Dragon, and then you have to explore to find and what's it called? An end ship, yeah, an end city. So yeah, but for mending, you just break down and place an item 1,000 times until you finally get it, and then you gotta get all the materials to actually trade for it. So it's just way too tedious in my opinion, which is why I feel like they should make it so that instead of doing that, and I don't honestly think the villager trade balances are a very good fix to this, because it's just even more tedious work to get the enchantment than it was already before. Instead, I think a nice way to actually improve it would be to maybe like have it be a guaranteed chance in certain structures, like maybe in Woodland Mansions there could be like chests that would always have mending. However, you'd have to like go through the mansion, find the chests. They'd be hidden. However, since YouTube exists, most people who watch YouTube videos would know where it is anyway. So that wouldn't be much of an issue for most players who actually want to get mending. So it could be like hidden in one mansion chests, and then they'd still have to like, and that would mean since some of them dying can be found from raids, that would give more of a reason to heal world mansions, and its villagers would still be involved since you'd have to buy a map to the world mansion, but it would be a little less grueling and it would require a little more effort, but it wouldn't be as annoying as placing and breaking blocks sometimes. You'd have to explore the world, and then you'd have to go through a mansion, fight off all the attackers to get mending. And that doesn't have to be the only way to get mending, because I feel like if that was, that would kind of suck. It could maybe be found a little more commonly in other structures. Maybe in ancient cities, mending could be kind of common, at least a little. Because right now, ancient city loot, I mean, it's actually pretty decent. However, it's not that good. So I think it'd be kind of nice if they made mending a little more common there. Like maybe have it so all chests have like a 25% chance to have mending. However, that might seem like a lot, but given how hard the ancient cities actually are for most players, I'd say that's actually a good idea. And what I really like about the new drop system Mojang's been doing recently is that it allows them to release smaller updates like this more frequently. So instead of having a big update every year that only has like a couple of features that nobody even uses, like the Drills and Tails update, and honestly, the 1.1 update did as well, that they can now have 3 small drops or 4 every year that have like small changes or improvements that but they can spend all their time really polishing those changes like the Happy Gas to make them really good and make a really good update. And this means that when 1.22 does come out, it can be a really good update. And honestly, I don't think they're going to be releasing 1.22 for a while, and I think they shouldn't. I think that big updates like this from now on should be like every 2 to 3 years instead of every 1 year, so they can like really focus on making these big updates really big and really good. They can be events, like for instance having 1.22 finally be the big end update, completely revamping the end. So there'll be really big updates, and then maybe 1.23 can be adding a new sky dimension or the new warden dimension. These updates can be really big, but if they come out every like 2 to 3 years instead of every 1 year, they'll have more time to really focus on these updates, making them really good and really balanced features. Now, this wouldn't have been possible with the old system of updates where we got like one update every year because one, they'd be really weird and unbalanced, they'd have a lot of issues. Also, it would just be too long to wait for. But if they did do every 2 or 3 years with a new drop system, it would mean that we'd be like waiting way too long for updates. Or they'd be big, we'd be waiting too long, and the game would lose some players during that time. But with the new drop system, like for like 2 years, they can release like a few, like several drops to keep the players interested in the game and improve features that are already there. But then these new big updates can like completely revamp the end, add new dimensions, really adding new content to the game. And I think that these really big updates shouldn't have snapshots or beta previews, because the problem with snapshots and previews is that while they're nice to allow the community to like test out new features and for Mojang to get community feedback, the problem is that when people are playing an update months before the update actually comes out, it really does ruin the excitement of an update since the update is already kind of out anyway. And well, I guess it works for small updates like drops because they're not like a big event release or anything. So they work for drops. I feel like for these like really big updates, they should like not really do snapshots or previews. They can still like show off the features. Like maybe every little bit they can like have like new leaks. Like every Minecraft monthly, they can have a new like leak video, like showing off the new features of this big update. So like to get people excited, so people will still know about these big updates before they come out, but everyone will be playing those playing with those features for the first time when the update actually comes out, allowing for a lot more. So the hype for the update will be a lot more since people won't have actually gotten to play with the features yet, but they'll still like know about the features, so they'll like know what to be hyped for, which I think is really good. So yeah, those are like my ideas on Minecraft, some things they could do to improve the game, and yeah, my thoughts on if Minecraft's really gotten too easy. So what do you think? If you have any opinions yourself, please comment in the comment section below, and maybe leave a like. It would really help me out. It actually, this took me a lot longer than I thought it would. Honestly though, I love you guys. Peace.